Hey folks, how you all doing? So today I thought I would do a video showing 10 album covers that I really like. Um, I think I ended up with 11, but we'll call it 10, and if we get to 11, we get to 11. Um, but anyway, I'll go through the CDs first. There's 3 CDs, and there's obviously 7 or 8 on vinyl. But 3 of these I've actually picked Korn's debut album, self-titled, purely for the fact that all the songs on here relate to uh, the sexual abuse of the lead singer when he was a child, and how he's tried to get over them during his life, and the cover just sums that up perfectly. It looks like a little girl on a swing and a big mean predator standing over her. So I just think that sums up the album really well. Obviously, it's a real disturbing album cover, but at the same time, it is that good that it does sum up the album perfectly. Um, Next up, I have. I couldn't find the vinyl of this, but we've got McCartney 3. I just think this is fabulous. It's just clean, crisp lines. Paul McCartney doesn't have to do anything fancy with album covers nowadays. His name says it all, and I just think this is just a nice, plain, basic, simple album cover. But I think the crisp lines and the blacks and the whites and the contrast of it all just sum it up absolutely brilliant. What an incredible album cover. So simple and yet so effective. At number 3, I've picked this one, Neil Young and the Promise of the Real with Paradox. It's just an incredible picture. Obviously, it looks like it's been touched up and edited, but I just think it could mean so many things just looking at this picture. You can make up your own mind what it means, but I just think it's absolutely fabulous. An old man sitting in a old rocking chair, strumming his old guitar, the storm clouds on the horizon. I just think it's absolutely brilliant, incredible album cover. Next up, we're on to the vinyl. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 4 albums were all released in 1981, believe it or not. This one, I've got the Moody Blues Long Distance Voyager from 1981. It's a single album, but it's a gatefold sleeve. The cover art is based on a painting entitled Punch, which was painted in 1840 by a British painter called Thomas Webster. I'm not familiar with Thomas Webster. I certainly haven't seen the painting of that. But when you look on the album cover, just there between under the V and the O, there's like a satellite. That's actually the Voyager 1 spacecraft. A lot of people did think at the time that this paid homage to the whole Voyager 1, Voyager 2 thing, because you've got Long Distance Voyager, they're heading out into space. You've got titles like Veteran Cosmic Rocker, Gemini Dream, 22,000 Days, etc. Nervous, even as a title, Nervous as an Astronaut, but it has nothing to do with that. But yeah, I just thought it was incredible that, it's an old-fashioned looking painting. It's got the Voyager 1 in the top midsection. Next up, from 1981, got Jim Steinman's album Bad for Good. It's just a great painting, great painting. A lot of these hard rock metal type singers from around that period, they all had incredible artwork on their albums. That's one, and I've also picked up, I want to show this one. I couldn't find a vinyl for some reason, but there you are, Meatloaf's album from the same year, Dead Ringer. Incredible artwork. Next up, I'm going to show ELO's Time. I just think this is a fabulous album cover. It sums up the album perfectly, in my opinion. It's a concept album about a guy that ends up getting transported from 1980s all the way into 2095, wishes he could get back home, etc. And he would feel like a drop in the ocean getting transported over 100 years into the future, as anyone would. And it just, it's got Earth as a drop in the ocean. in the universe of life. And I just think that's just a great, great album cover. It sums up the album perfectly. Next up, have Dire Straits with Love Over Gold. I don't know whether that is an actual photograph of Lightning or whether it's a painting or something that's been done, but it's just absolutely incredible. The reason I love this is that I'm a big fan. I just love lightning. I love thunderstorms. And yeah, it's just nature at its awesome, most epic, finest. Seeing a thunderstorm and lightning. So that's why that album is in my list. 3 more to go, which I think there is 11 all up. Paul Weller, 22 Dreams from 2008. Hey, look at that album cover. It's almost like the perfect garden that you just want to step into. It's in its plastic wrapper at the moment. I'll get it out. I'll undo the gatefold for you all so you can all... I wasn't going to do that, but I will. That's it. And it is actually a double album as well. It's a very eclectic album by Paul Weller. There's a lot of jazz on it. There's blues, there's instrumentals, there's rock, there's soul, there's R&B, there's funk. It's just a fantastic album. And yeah, another great album cover that you just want to... I think it's actually a painting, to be honest with you. Looks a bit painting-y, or a lot of things superimposed into one. But yeah, just a great album cover of something I would like to fall into, basically. Next up, and second last, we go to 2022. We have an album called Squeeze by Korean / Japanese / American singer Sasami. She was classically trained, French horn, etc. She was orchestrally trained, and she went and used her classical leanings and put that in alternative music. It's just a great album. I just think that's a fantastic piece of artwork on that album cover. It's just great. It's almost anime, serious anime. But yeah, just a very, very good album cover. The album cover was actually what drew me to this when I first listened to this on, I don't know if it was Deezer or Spotify, but it was one of those streaming services, and it was the album cover that actually drew me in to want to give this one a listen, and I'm glad it did, because I absolutely love it. Last but not least, we have another album from 2022, Jack White, Entering Heaven Alive. This is actually a photograph. I just think it's such a great photograph. It was actually taken, I think it was pre-World War II, or it might have been just post-World War II, in a weaving factory inside Russia from memory. And there's the girl there doing all the weaving on the looms, and it's just fantastic. It's just a great cover art photo, in my opinion. So there you have it, folks. That's 11 album covers that I think are really good. I did try to stay away from the usual suspects of iconic album covers and just pick 10, well in this case 11, that I really like and I'm drawn to, or have been drawn to over the years. Anyway guys, leave your comments in the comments section below. What do you think of these album covers? What are your favourite album covers of all time? As I said, I don't want the iconic ones, you know, your Abbey Road, The Wall, Sgt. Pepper's, Dark Side of the Moon, that sort of thing. We all know they're great album covers, they're all iconic, etc. But it'd be nice if you could leave a list of other albums that you think are iconic, or not iconic, but your favourites. Anyway guys, stay safe, take care, all for now, catch you around, and bye folks.